struggle with trying to decide what should be the longest iron in my bag. I used to hit a 3-iron grate, 4-iron grate, and I even had an old Northwestern 1-iron that I used to love and hit that thing pretty good. But now I think it may be time for the 5-iron to come out of the bag. So what I'm going to do is I'll hit 40 shots with the 5-iron, 40 shots with the 5 hybrid. Take a look and see what the data tells us.
5 holes to go, just play 13. Need a palm away, yeah, gotta hit more greens.
But first, let's look at the clubs. The Srixon ZX Hybrid has better player looks at address with plenty of forgiveness. Has a compact face with Srixon's patented rebound frame technology. Srixon says the crown step lowers the COG and increases MOI. In this model I have a Riptide even flow 5.5 regular 80-gram shaft. The ZX4 has a thick top line similar to most game improvement irons. It's Tor VT sole designed to shallow heavy shots and a hollow design to expand the performance zone. In this club I have a NS Pro Modus Tor 105 regular shaft. So I already hit 35 shots with each club. So we're going to hit the last 5 with 5-iron, then last 5 with the 5 hybrid. Take a look at the data. Felt pretty good. Felt decent. Was way off the toe. A couple more with a 5-iron and switch to the 5 hybrid. It's a miss I really don't like, but I hit that shot quite often with this club. I mean, the thing with the 5-iron, if you hit it well, you know, it goes, but I mean, that spin is just awfully short. So we're going to, or low. I'll switch to the 5 hybrid for the last 5 shots. And it's so much higher. I hit that great, but just looking down at this club gives you so much more confidence. I tend to hit more of a draw with the 5 hybrid, or maybe more of a pull maybe. Now that was really low for this club, but it actually was still probably just as high as most of the 5 irons. Short, but super high. All right, last ball. Low. All right, let's go see what they are. Let's go take a look. Okay, so here's the total shot history of the 80 shots that I hit today. Not gonna bore you with the details of all of this, but you know we can see. I'm gonna look at the averages, but just one thing that stands out to me right here is that I had a hard time getting the 5 iron over 4,000 in spin, and once we got to the 5 hybrid, that was pretty easy. We got some that were actually 6,000. So I'll quickly go and look at the averages of each of these. So the 5 irons on the top, 5 hybrids on the bottom. The ball speed, 1 mile per hour more with the 5 hybrid, kind of makes sense there. But a couple key points is the launch. That's almost 3 degrees higher with the 5 hybrid versus the 5 iron. 3 degrees, that's a huge difference. And then spin, on average, 1,400 RPMs of spin. That's an incredible number. Side degree and axis both were left with the 5 hybrid, so I had a little easier time getting some club face rotation and with the hybrid, and then the path was pretty close to neutral, which is good. Carry yards, 2 yards more with the 5 hybrid versus the 5 iron, and probably more importantly, the roll was actually 4 less with the 5 hybrid, which means we have a lot better chance of holding a green with that club, versus that iron, especially the conditions I was hitting the SkyTrack in was just basic, conditions. But if we set it at dry, it would really had a hard time holding greens with that 5 iron. Peak height, look at that peak height. That's 6 yards higher with the hybrid, and then the descent angle, 35 degrees versus 43 degrees. So, from what I'm looking at here, there's no doubt that this 5 hybrid's going to stay in the bag, and the 5 iron is coming out of the bag. That 5 iron I got is a very playable 5 iron. It's a 5 iron for it's a game improvement club, and still it couldn't even come close to comparing with the performance of that 5 iron. Okay, I hope you got something out of the video. One thing's for certain, the 5 hybrid will go in my bag, the 5 iron will come out of my bag. There's really no downside to it. Didn't even take into consideration the rough. Obviously, out of the rough, a 5 hybrid is going to be a lot easier to hit than a 5 iron. I guess if I was really thinking about a con, if you were a wild driver of the ball and hitting the balls in the trees, maybe you might have a difficult time trying to hit like a punch shot, a low punch shot out of the trees with, say, a 6 iron. Maybe you used a 5 iron for that shot. I used to use a 4 iron for the shot, then I used a 5 iron. So now I'll have to pick another club if I happen to hit it in the trees. But you know, how often is that going to happen? Are you going to be hitting punch shots all day? If that's the case, you probably got another problem. So in any event, leave down in the comment section what's the longest iron you have in your bag. If you got something out of video, you know, leave that down in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and Mr. Short Hitter out.
Clear my head, get back in this. An outside shot, you still can win this. You run off birdies before, why not now? It's just a game now, let's show them how it's done. You're Mr. KB, respect on your name is deserved when you're playing the game that you played from yay high. I'ma write my names in the books and play now. Raj told me have fun, so I'ma do it. King, hit it high, let it fly, shoulda knew it. Split the fairway with a clear shot in, knock it close, still got a chance to win.